Yo, Dre.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can see, we're talking about the iPhone 14 Pro Max and what I really think about it. This is not a super techie specky video. It is just me and my honest opinion as a regular user who occasionally does YouTube. Now let's just talk about design right off the bat. I'm going to compare it with my iPhone 13 Pro Max, which I have for now before it is gone to the next owner. So yeah, right off the bat, the cameras are bigger on the iPhone 14. They still have that same chromey edge, which fingerprints, but I use phone cases, so I don't really care about that. There isn't such a big notch on the 14 as there is on the 13. Next thing about design, the 13 is actually heavier than the 14. It is noticeably heavier. So if you have them in both hands, you know that this 13 is heavier than the 14. And just looking at it right now, it almost seems thinner. The 14 almost seems thinner. Let me put this back in the case before we have an oopsie, because we're prone to oopsies around here. If you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I have some notes so I could stay on track. The next thing that we can talk about design, or let's talk about display. First things first, the always on display that happens and the widget that we're able to customize and create. I absolutely love that. Now the always on display happens when you're on regular battery life, not on low power mode. When it's on low power mode, it doesn't stay on all the time, and when you're on sleep mode, it also comes off as well. But once you're not on those, they're always on. And I think battery life is a great upgrade this year, given that they always had the always on, but we'll get to that in a second. Another thing that I noticed that's really good is the new notch, the dynamic island. So let's see, if I turn on my timer and let's say I go to, let's say, the weather. So we're in the weather right now, but the dynamic island is still going. And if I just needed to go back to the timer, I could just click the dynamic island and it goes right back to it. So we're not losing our activity there, if you get what I'm saying. We're just, you know, going back and forth, and I really like that, instead of, you know, having to switch around, try to find this, where did my timer go, did it come off? Because I be panicking like when I have a timer on and, you know, you go to the next app or whatever like that. The next thing is like viewing outdoors is much brighter when you go outside. You can actually see much better in the sun, to be honest, and it's noticeable. The next thing that I don't know too much about, but I could notice something, is the new chip. They have the A16 Bionic chip, and I noticed that the phone is actually faster. Like, some person say, oh, you won't even notice that you notice it's faster. The refresh is faster, you notice. So you don't know what the rest of them say, but I've noticed it. Let's talk about the biggest upgrade that they've had is the camera. So the camera obviously is bigger, which is better. But the pictures are so much more crisp. Like, it's weird. Even in low lighting, like I went to a party Saturday, the lighting was okay from one side, but where I was standing exactly wasn't spectacular, but my pictures came out spectacular. Like, it was really good. I was very taken aback by that. I was like, yo, what is gonna happen? Like, this camera's showing a bit much, like it's showing everything, and you can zoom in and in and in and it's still crisp. So I really like that, but you know, you have to hide some of the blemishes with a little static sometimes, you know. But That's something really good. And you can shoot in RAW, which is a thing, and edit your photos. I ain't got time for that. What you getting is what you getting. What you see is what you get. And I think it would be really beneficial. I think it went up to 48 megapixels, so it'll be really beneficial for persons who do content creating, persons who do YouTube, or just want to take a nice picture that, or a nice video that you could just pick up your phone and just start. You have to, well, let me get my camera. No, I think this is just it. It's gonna change the game for content creators and just regular people like myself. So I would say based off that alone, you could just upgrade. You can stop don't stop watching, watch this till the end, but just based off the camera alone, which is a big impact on me upgrading, is the cameras. Like, you see, like, you really see the upgrade there. And the macro mode as well, it makes taking close-up photos so much sharper. Like, sharp, you can cut a bitch. But it really is a lot better. Even the front camera is tons better. I don't know the technical words to use for saying why it's a lot better, but it is. Just know it is a lot better. And the battery life, I've been using this phone for about 5 days now, and I can't complain. I have no complaints about the battery, honestly. Even with the always on, it works well. I went to a party, I went to the mall to pick up my case, and I came back around 2. I charged it for a while and then tried to do transfer and all of that, charged it for a bit, but then I didn't leave until like 8 and didn't have a charger on me, nothing. And I got home at 2 and I still had charge, still had the always on and everything like that, and I still had battery life. The battery life is really good to say. There's always on display and all of that. I have no complaints. Phone not dead one time yet, not one time. So overall, was it worth it? Yes, I think it was really worth it. Pros is what I said: the battery life, the camera, the new notch, the dynamic island or whatever it is, the always on display, like you don't have to tap your phone to see what time it is. It's just, I really like that. Even the stabilization, it's really a good upgrade. Cons, a big con for me was the beginning with this phone, to be honest. Like, let's be honest for a quick second. When I turned on its phone and did the transfer, phone to phone transfer and all of that, after they done do all the transfer and everything, the phone not turn on. Like, it literally did not turn on. So I had to Google it, you know, low-key panicking. And then they were like, oh, do a hard reset, and then a hard restart or whatever it is. Did that, and then it came on. That was not cute at all. And whatever Apple needs to do to fix that, they really need to fix it, because suppose nobody have access to Google because the phone is what they need to Google, and then it shuts off and they don't know what to do. So yeah, that's something that was a huge con for me, but I already got the phone. And another thing that led to me like really making my decision on upgrading is the fact that they gave a good amount for the trade-in value. Granted, I didn't trade in my phone to Apple, but I sold my Apple for the trade-in value. The trade-in value was $720 and the phone cost $1099. So that for me was a big boost, on top of the fact that they had such great upgrades this year. So yeah, I think the only thing I think Apple should have done differently was the whole glitch or whatever the hell that is with the after the whole transfer. Overall, I do like the new phone. I like the upgrades. They took a long time to give us these upgrades, because we were expecting them a long time ago, to be honest. But I have no complaints. So far so great. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share, tell your mama, your auntie, your granny, your sister, your cousin about it. I have nothing else to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.